Hello, welcome to our vertical stream. Jordan Komar here, and
Hey, I'm Roscoe Whitloffer.
we're here today to talk to you about the game we co-designed together, Brothers in Arms, Dungeon Mayhem.
Yeah, we're incredibly excited about Dungeon Mayhem. It's going to be hitting stores soon, like yours. The release date is November 16th, and here is the box. So, what is Dungeon Mayhem?
Well, it's a fun, casual, family-friendly game, quick to play, easy to learn, for 2 to 4 players, and ages 8+.
Absolutely. This is a brand new expression of D&D. So it's a Dungeons & Dragons game, but a different way to play than ever before. Kind of that party game, that light, fun game that you could play maybe at the bar or with family and friends over holidays. It's a game that is really good for introducing new players to the world, to the fantasy, to the flavor of D&D without it being, that 5-hour play session.
Yeah, there's no character creation in here. There's just dive in and play, have fun with your friends. There's fun jabbing involved. It's a competitive game, but it's mostly silliness, and it's just fun, casual. So, do we want to get into the box, see what's inside this lovely thing?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's start it open.
Cool. Well, this is exciting.
I know, an unboxing.
This is the first off the line samples for us, so we get to see what's inside it.
Oh man, the plastic wrap is incredibly strong.
And if you guys have any questions, feel free to jump in. Our good friend Nelson Brown, your community manager, he will help give us some questions if you want to ask any.
We got the most indestructible plastic.
See, this is safe, secure for your stores.
Awesome. So this is the box for Dungeon Mayhem.
Very small.
Nice kind of for a bag or a purse. Bring it with you to the party. Nice little tiny rules insert. You want to show off. The game is really easy to play. Maybe 2 minutes to learn the game if you're well familiar with it. We'll get a little bit more into the gameplay, the characters of the game in a bit, but this is kind of your hit point tracker and some extra counters for broken shields.
And real quick, I want to jump in. I believe there's eight of these to a case. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
so 8 of them in a display, not
A display.
case.
Sorry, yeah, display.
Once you open that up, you've got this nice little handy dandy flap that will hold the decks once the product is already open. Break these out, and then both of these are 2 decks. So this one and this one contain 2 of the decks. You want to take this, crack it open for us?
Hello, Desmond. We are doing well. Thank you for tuning in today. Any plans for additional expansions? There's definitely room in the card game to have expansion content. We'd like to see how it performs. Who knows? If it does really well, I'd love to. We're all for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're super interested in that, but the game hasn't released yet, so it really depends on how it performs. That being said, you've got, the game is 4 character classes, and there's more than 4 character classes in D&D, so we'll see.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so what are those 4 character classes in this game, Roscoe?
Yeah, you can see it on the front cover art and then also on the backs of these decks. You've got a paladin, a wizard, a barbarian, and a rogue.
Here's the barbarian, here's the rogue.
Here's the paladin, and here's our wizard. And they have cool names.
Yeah, these are fun characters that we've kind of fleshed out here. We've got Oriax the Clever, he's the rogue, he throws a lot of daggers.
Here's Leah the Radiant. She's a paladin, so she's swinging and healing as she goes.
She's fun and quirky, I like her.
Azan the Mystic, and he's got a full spell book, so he's got a lot of choices to make. He's cunning and villainous.
And Sutha Skull Crusher.
Sutha Skull Crusher. She's great. She's my favorite.
She's an orc barbarian. She's kind of...
You know what she's about.
Awesome.
She's a barbarian.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Oriax is a tiefling, and Leah is a sun elf, I believe.
Yeah.
And we've got a red wizard of Thay.
He's just a sweet dude.
Furzan, yeah. A human, yeah. All right, so let's see. You get 4 decks in these, and you can pick and choose which class you want to play. Each deck kind of is tailored to that class that you would know from D&D. So, for example, I mentioned Auriac. He throws a lot of daggers. This deck's style of gameplay is very combo-y. Lots of quick, small damage to opponents, and then vanish out of sight, and you can't be retaliated upon.
As I mentioned before, Zahn's cunning because he's a wizard. So his gameplay style is he draws a lot of cards, then he has a lot of choices. It kind of replicates having a large spell book that allows you to make lots of complex decisions. So I'm not sure how well you can see some of the cards in here, but you've got a card like this, like Magic Missile with sweet art, little finger guns.
We might get a close-up.
Yeah, we'll get close-ups when we start playing a little bit. We've got some friends to help play with us. Leah the Radiant, she's got awesome paladin abilities, the ability to wipe away all of the opposing blockers. She's got the ability to bring things back, bring her cards back, and primarily she's healing. So she's really tough and tanky to take down because she's able to dish out damage and heal herself as she goes.
And then lastly, we got Sutha, the Barbarian. What do barbarians do best? They do damage. And they can take damage. So Sutha has a lot of big crushing hits, big blows. I think she can do the most damage in a single card. And then mostly well balanced between attack and defense. She can hit all players at once with a whirling axe attack. And that's kind of her fun gameplay. She can attack and heal and well balanced overall.
One of the things we're super excited about with this game is in the US, we're going to have scheduling of the Wizards Event Reporter and be sending a demo kit. So that includes a demo copy of the game. You'll get your own box of Dungeon Mayhem and then some other sweet goodies. Can you tell us about those?
Those other sweet goodies, well, we've got 20 small posters that you can hand out to players. We've got 20 stickers and a large poster that you can post up in your store, front window, or door. Excuse me.
Yeah.
To attract all the would-be players who want to know more about Dungeon Mayhem.
The scheduling window for that is going to close in a little bit less than a week, next Friday. So don't hesitate. Yeah.
That's coming up fast.
Don't hesitate. Make sure you schedule Dungeon Mayhem today, right now.
Do it right now.
Close the live stream and go schedule Dungeon Mayhem.
We don't want to talk to you anymore.
If you're watching this on YouTube later, make sure that you have this scheduled in the Wizards Event Reporter because you get that demo copy and an awesome marketing kit. And there's a lot you can do with that. Being able to demo this game is being able to love it. It's incredibly quick to demo. A demo is a full game. If you want to play it even faster, start players at half hit points, then demos are going to take 3 or 4 minutes. But even a full playthrough is only 10, 15 minutes tops. So you can demo this game by playing it and convert those copies of your demo copy into consistent sales. And then if you want to have a sweet release event where more people are playing, you'll be able to hand out those stickers to turn people into advocates of the game and give something away that's really sweet to show off they were at that kind of release event that they got one of those early copies.
And that demo copy is huge because our brand manager, Shelly Mazanoble, loves to say, to play Dungeon Mayhem is to love Dungeon Mayhem. And it's very true. Like, seeing the sweet art will draw you in. Thank you, Kyle Farron, for this amazing art. But playing it is what will get you hooked. By you, I mean players that you'll show the game to.
Absolutely. The game is a ton of fun. It's a light party game, 2 minutes to learn, 10 to 15 minutes to play, and the D&D brand is growing, and we want you to be able to ride that wave of growth with new product offerings that aren't our traditional book releases. So this is part of that, and we're really excited to not just be, having this new product, but having a demo copy. That's not something we're always able to do here at Wizards of the Coast. So we're super, super excited about that.
For sure. Sign up right now before next Friday. That's the deadline. Do we also mention the MSRP on this? I'm not sure if we did.
It's $15.
$15. That's such a low entry point into the brand of D&D. Do we want to jump in to a demo game?
I think that's what we should be doing.
Okay.
And it's quick and light and fun and
Go
easy.
ahead, keep the questions coming. Desmond asked if there's any plans for OP or promos. Not that I am aware of for either of those. I know we kind of dabbled with the thought of doing promos, but ultimately had to go a different direction. But it's not to say that it's off the table. We just didn't have time to really flesh it out. So we'll look into that. Thank you for your question, Desmond. We're going to be bringing in Talia Armato-Helly, our original playtester, the very first playtester of Dungeon Mayhem. And we got Nelson Brown, you know him, you love him. He's going to join in.
Hey guys.
He'll be playing Sutha Skull Crusher.
Oh yes.
I'll be playing Oreo.
So I want to brag about something on this game. And somebody should hold up their little rules card because this is the best thing about it for learning. you don't even have to really try that hard because it's all laid out for you on this wonderful little card that you get with your deck.
Yes, each deck will have their own specific powers listed on the bottom. So each deck, like I said, has its own specific class. Each class has their own powers. And then there's also the generic cards in there that you can see what they do on this card. It's so simple. I love it.
We've been talking a lot about the game and how simple it is, but Jordan, do you want to teach us how to play?
Oh my goodness.
Mayhem?
I'll teach you in like 5 seconds. Draw a card,
Boom.
play a card. What?
So the core beat of the game is drawing a card and playing a card. You do that every single turn, and we'll probably say it a bunch of times, or you should say it a bunch of times, when you're demoing the game. The youngest player goes first. I'm glad that I got to sneak that into the rules. Personal favorite. And beyond that, you draw 3 cards to start the game. Each person has 10 hit points. You have this little hit point tracker that shows you kind of how you're doing, and this little icon token that you move down along the tracker until you're knocked out. It's a free-for-all. Last player standing wins. And that's pretty much it. When you run out of cards, you draw 2 cards. That's pretty much it. Those are the rules to Dungeon Mayhem. But because it's such a simple, light game, a lot of the complexity is on these little reminders and just in the game. And something some people don't realize about it is it's kind of, because it's a party game, it's a little bit political. Because it's a free-for-all, you can be jabbing your friends and you can be tricking them into attacking somebody else.
All right, who's the youngest here? I think it's Nelson.
Has everybody
think
shuffled
that's
up
me.
their decks? They come out
Yes.
a little bit collated, so you want to make sure.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Shuffling it
just
up.
One quick shuffle.
One quick shuffle.
All right, Nelson, you start us off.
All right.
Draw 3 cards,
Drawing
and then
3
draw
cards
for your
to start the
turn.
game.
Draw a
Okay.
card and play a card.
That's nice.
100% of the time, every time.
Okay, and the big decision: who do I
Here, let's
dislike more today?
move our
Who gets
stuff
the
in so it's on
first
camera,
swing?
perhaps.
That's right. Okay, see that? These are our life trackers here. All right, and yeah, I'm going to start it off real brutally here, as is my my role as the barbarian. And I think Jordan, I am going to do 2 points of damage to you.
Oh, you brutal punched me? Not cool, bro.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, I go down to 10 to 8. I'm losing, I'm crying. My turn, I draw a card, I play a card. I'm going to do some combo action where I get to throw 1 dagger back at Nelson for 1 damage.
Okay.
Sweet vengeance!
And on the card here, I have a little lightning bolt. That means I can play 1 more card. So I will play a blocker, a defense card called My Little Friend. It has 3 shields. So this special card will sit down in front of me, and it will block incoming damage equal to the number of shields on the card. So it'll block 3 damage.
Alright. I will deal 1 more damage to Nelson with my favorite card, Magic Missile. You see we've got those sweet finger guns going on. The art is kind of light and modern and delightful. And then I'll deal 2 damage to Talia, who is off screen.
Wow, making a lot of enemies straight
Yeah.
away, aren't you, Roscoe?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
all about.
You guys aren't on screen. That's
It's
okay.
okay.
We forgot vertical video, vertical stream.
Yep.
This is the fun of this. All right, you're up, Talia.
All right. Well, with that, I am
Did you
going
remember to draw a card?
Draw a card, play
need
a
to draw a
card.
card.
Draw a card,
Oh, my
play a
goodness.
card.
50%
Oh, my
of the
goodness.
rules, Talia.
Well, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna draw 2 more cards and
Nice.
heal 1.
All right,
So
what'd
I
you do?
just played Cure,
Cure
Wounds.
Hey, that's a D&D spell, isn't it?
Whoa, it is.
Whoa, it's a paladin spell.
We're learning
That-
about D&D together.
Wow.
2 more cards.
I want to know more about paladins.
Right, and that is
Maybe I'll play that class next game.
my turn. I'm going to draw my card for the turn. A quick ponder. I'm going to play, I've got a thing for Jordan right now. We're going
Stop
to do
it.
another damage to Jordan. I do get to play an additional
Did you
card.
just headbutt me?
I headbutted him, which gave me enough time to think and do another strike, another brutal punch. That'll be another 2 points
Well,
of damage.
fortunately, my little friend absorbed all 3 of that damage. So my little friend is all done.
Your defensive strategy is working.
All right, my turn. We're going to retaliate back to Nelson and give him 2 daggers this time, 2 damage.
Your attacks are actually effective.
But that is all. Feel free to jump in if you have any questions. What a twist!
All right, I have drawn my card, and it's time for me to play this card, Fireball.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
This
no.
card's been abused by wizards for a long time. It kind of missed, though. Also caught myself in that 30-foot radius, so 3 damage to everyone, including me.
Yowza.
What a good wizard I am.
Okay, okay.
One of my favorite things about Fireball is that the wizard deck is trickier to play. You know, you've got damage to yourself, you have to manage that, and there's combos you can set up that can make it work really well. I won't reveal all the secrets of the game, but there's some depth there.
All right, I'm drawing a card now. Since you can't see me, you don't know what's going on. I am going to play for Justice. And as a paladin, of course, what that means is not only do I do damage, but I get to play again. So I'm gonna hit Roscoe for 1
Ouch.
and play again. And then I'm gonna play for Justice again, hit Roscoe for 1 and
So
play
just.
again.
The combo.
And then I'm gonna play Fighting Words, and I'm gonna hit Roscoe for 2 and heal 1.
Jeez.
A lot of
I'm in a
action.
touch of trouble.
Brutal.
Just a touch.
And 'tis my turn now. Draw my card, of course. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm going to use my special Mighty Power, Whirling Axes.
Oh no.
Oh.
And what this
Worst
card's
case
actually
scenario.
going to do is I'm going to heal once for each opponent, and then do damage to each opponent.
All right. So you
1,
get
2, 3.
3 health, and each take 1.
That was quite the swingy turn there, I must say.
All right, well done. Oh, I'm gonna play my mighty power called Pickpocket. I get to steal the top card of any player's library and immediately play it. I think
What's it going to be?
it's gonna be Roscoe's deck because wizards have usually fun cards.
The
that's a fun
lightning
card.
bolt.
Oh, it is fun.
That's a fun card. 3 damage. What's everyone's health at? Talia's at 6. Nelson's at 6. What are you at, Roscoe? Is
I'm
that
at 2.
I'm gonna have your lightning bolt hit you, sir.
I'm out.
And that will do it for Roscoe.
I picked your pocket and found a lightning bolt. It was fun.
Killed me with my own lightning bolt. Classic.
All right,
you want
then
to
there
pop
were
on
3.
screen for a
I
second?
sure can.
All right.
Oh yeah. Come on in, join.
Hang out.
Hang out.
Hanging out on the screen.
Any comments? Still having trouble seeing the cards. All right, we'll try. We'll have Roscoe bring them to you so you can read them. Now that Roscoe's out, he'll be our
Card
Dan
major
away.
date.
Right, you're up, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Skip right over
that's
my
right.
turn.
We got
'Cause I'm
rid of
dead.
him. All right, I drew a card. Ooh, this one's a good one. You might recognize this spell. It's called Divine Smite.
Let's go, Roscoe.
3 damage to. Oh, let's see. It's gotta be
Choose
Jordan.
wisely.
Yes, I totally
Gotta
agree.
be Jordan.
How could you?
Oh,
And
so
I
cute,
heal
so
myself.
Oh, ridiculous. All right, we should team up against her.
cute.
She's a paladin. She's really hard to deal with.
Ooh, I don't know.
You're gonna
Talia's
need-
always been real good to
You're
me,
gonna need my
actually.
help.
Nice.
You're gonna need my
I'm gonna
help.
draw my card. Oh, well, let's see here. It looks like I got another special card here, the Battle Roar.
Oh, Roscoe.
And Roscoe, if you could.
Oh, happily. Happily.
Can you also demonstrate the roar?
Yeah, Roscoe, that's your specialty, I believe. I'll do it. Roar! See, I'm no good. All right.
Oh gosh.
All right,
The stream is
so-
falling
It
apart.
So each player, including myself, is going to discard their hand and then draw 3 cards, and then I get to play an additional card this turn.
All right, so we each get rid of our hands, draw 3 new cards,
One,
and then Nelson gets to play again.
3. With my second play of the turn here, I'm going to once again headbutt, which will give me yet an additional play this turn, as well as doing 1 damage to my good friend Jordan, moving him out of the game.
All right.
All right.
Then there were
Nelson,
2.
It's almost like we planned this so that we could get on the camera.
Well, yeah. Yes,
we didn't
that's right.
plan this, but it worked out.
Excellent. And the headbutt does give me yet another additional play here.
Make this game, Roscoe.
So, you know what? I'm going to Battle Roar again here, which means we are going to once again discard our hands.
And
It's
play 'em.
Draw
Cards,
cards.
Nelson's comboing off.
Yeah, this
Big
is going
turn.
turn.
Yes.
That's here. And as every barbarian well knows, big axe is, of course, the best axe. And Talia, that's going to be 3 points of damage to
3
you.
damage.
Our alliance
Okay.
is withering away here.
Withering
by the
away
seconds.
slowly, so slowly. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna draw my card, And then I'm going to hit you for 1 damage and play again. I got another 4 justice
Puts me
card.
to 5.
And for even more justice,
2
I'm going to hit you
more.
2 more
Doesn't
times.
seem very good.
Look at that combo.
Retribution, I suppose, here.
Retribution.
All right, now, draw
Smiting.
a card for my turn.
In fact.
I'm going to simply open the armory, which is going to allow me to draw 2 additional cards. Roscoe, if you'd like to demonstrate them. And that will be my turn.
All right. I'll draw another card. Ooh, let's see here. I'm going to hit you for
You
even
wouldn't.
more
You
justice.
wouldn't. Even more justice.
I
don't know how much justice I can
win!
have. You know what? I believe that puts me to
Oh.
1 point.
Put you to 1 point.
All right. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. All right. Now, for my turn, I'm going to draw my card.
I don't know.
You know, I'm
don't
left
know.
with defensive options here, but, you know, sometimes the best defense is a good defense. Your go, Talia.
I don't know. I really like offense.
Yeah, the artwork was by Kyle Farron. He did a fantastic job on this art. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, I am going to hit you for another 2 because those are fighting words, Nelson. And then I'm going to heal myself.
You have Raph? Yeah.
Oh, I do have Raph. All right. I'm still in it.
Yep,
In it
you're
to
still
win
in it to win it.
All right, so
Limping
what just
along
happened there
here.
was Talia did 2 damage. Nelson has Raph, which can absorb up to 3, so he's going to put 2 damage counters on Raph.
Yes. Yes. These are effectively shields
You can get
for my life total there. All right. Drawn for turn. Hanging by a threat. Ooh, this is a chance for a little bit of violent revenge here. How about rage for 4 points of damage, which I do believe, Talia.
Oh,
Exactly.
What can I
Boy,
say?
you needed to kill me.
Exactsies. Right off the
Almost
top, ladies and
had
gentlemen.
him.
Barbarian did 4 damage to finish it out. Well played, Nelson.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, get out of those seats.
All right, so that's Dungeon Mayhem in a nutshell. That took
Yeah.
us, I think, what, 7-8 minutes?
Absolutely.
So that's the typical runtime of a game, about 5 to 10 minutes. And let's see, just a reminder, sign up before next Friday to get that kit. If you're in the US, you'll get 20 small posters, 20 stickers, a large poster for advertising the game, and a demo copy to show off to all your players. To play Dungeon Mayhem is to love Dungeon Mayhem. Anything else, Roscoe?
Yeah, I just want to kind of reiterate why this game is so amazing. First, because we made it, but also because it's that light party game. As D&D grows, you know, you've got a family member or a friend who comes into the shop and is asking about, you know, what can I get for someone? This is a great item to point them to because another player can play with someone who's maybe a little bit more experienced with D&D. It's kind of something for the whole family. So it's that light party game, you know, 2 minutes to learn, 10 to 15 minutes to play, 2 to 4 players. You've got 4 classes, which are D&D classes and speak to kind of the fantasy elements, but is still kind of just an introduction to that world. So those are some of the reasons the game's amazing, and you can get your demo copy relatively soon. I think we've got a quick question coming in.
Jasmine asks, could someone play with larger groups if they combine 2 boxes? I don't see why not. Go ahead, let the mayhem ensue.
Yeah, we've played with some larger groups in the past. Probably don't want to go up over 6 too much, but aside from that, it's pretty great.
Nelson also wants to know what kind of hair product Desmond wants to know what kind of hair product you use, Nelson.
Oh, it's a custom cream from my local alchemist. No.
D&D flavor.
All right, no answer then?
No, I actually
Trade
don't.
secret,
I
trade
don't
secret.
know, I don't know the name of it. But are the rules posted online?
I actually
don't think so.
Don't know. I want to say no, but we could talk to the D&D team and see if that's a possibility.
Yeah. The rules of the game are incredibly, incredibly simple. Something to kind of show off that the game is light and easy is that the rules are on 2 pages. And to summarize, they are, you draw 3 cards at the start of the game. Each turn you draw a card and you play a card. And then when you run out of cards, you draw 2 more cards. Each person has 10 hit points. When you're out of hit points, you're out of the game. That's pretty much it. Just to be clear, what you're scheduling in Wizards of Importer isn't just a kit, it's not a material, but a launch event, and that launch event can be on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So there's kind of like a little bit of a rolling release. We understand you might not have, you know, something like a pre-release worth of people in your shop, but we do want to let you know that this is a great way to get people in and show off the game. And as Jordan said a dozen times before, to play it is to love it. So having that demo copy is going to be really key for making this a success in your store. And you only have like a week left to schedule in the Wizards Event Reporter. There's literally no reason in the entire world not to. It would be madness. Mayhem.
Oh my goodness.
Make sure you schedule.
Yeah, please do schedule. All right, I think that's about it for our stream. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions, just ask Nelson. He has all the answers.
Yeah, thank you so much, and looking forward to Mayhem.
Bye.